Hi guys, welcome to my channel. We're actually talking about the new TP-LINK range extender. We're going to actually install it today. This is my broadband box where it's located in the hallway. There's no way of fixing it to the wall because it doesn't come with any brackets or to hang it with. So it's a bit unreal from sky. Comes with 2 Ethernet ports. Wi-Fi signal doesn't reach my back garden or where my car park is, so I can connect to it. So we're going to switch the Wi-Fi signal for this. Somehow retrofit that to the wall so it can stay hanging here. Run this under the carpet back into the main room. Got a nice thick underlay going down, so we'll be able to protect the cable, and it's going to be fitted about 2 inches away from the wall itself, so there's no possibility of the carpet going down is going to damage it. Plus anybody walking around the sides of the flat is going to be walking on it, so it'll be stable and secure. So let's go have a look at the Wi-Fi extender we're going to actually be using in the flat. This is the Wi-Fi extender from TP-LINK, which we'll be using in the flat, and there's a couple of reasons I'm using this one. A, because TP-LINK sent it to me, which is thanks very much guys, and B, we're going to see if it improves my wireless Wi-Fi. It's got a lot of spec on this box, and it's got a lot of Wi-Fi coverage, so we're going to see how this works. We're going to try it 2 different ways: connecting by the Ethernet cable to extend it as a extension, or use what it's mainly built for, which is the extending your Wi-Fi signal. So if you've got a signal that does currently get to the room but it's not powerful enough, this actually boosts that for you, and we'll show you how to do that, and that's actually running without running any cables. I have some issues with my smart TV, that's why I'm standing here today, because it's dropping its connecting back to my Skybox. So we're going to see if this actual box from TP-LINK will keep that working properly and keeping me connected to my telly, because it's annoying you get halfway through the next movie and the connection drops, and you then have to, oh god, start it all up again, wait for it to reconnect, and sometimes the telly doesn't reconnect. I have to put the code back in, which is a pain in the backside. So hopefully this will sort my problem out. And obviously when I pull up in the morning outside and park, I can reconnect back to my my Wi-Fi quite quickly. Or if I'm actually down in my shed, maybe I'll be able to connect to that as well, because I've got a very small shed down there, so I'm going to start using that. So hopefully my Wi-Fi using this box will reach it. So we'll find out very shortly. We're going to do some tests on this. We're going to do a test using the Wi-Fi connection, as well as using the cable to see what works best. We're going to do some speed testing on this as well, and have a look at the GUI interface to see how easy it is to configure. This is the TP extender router. It's got a nice shiny surface. It looked nice actually up on the side, sparkling away there. It's quite nice actually. It can be mounted this way with its little bracket that comes with the box itself. And on the back of the router itself, it's got 5 gigabit Ethernet ports, on and off switch, and obviously you can turn the LED lights on the front here off if you wanted to. It's got nice, tells you exactly what's going on. If you're going to use the gigabit ports at the back there, I'm sure you can't use that when you've got this extended using the Wi-Fi. You're going to have to use a physical cable for that itself. But we will test it out, and we'll do some speed tests with this to see if it's an improvement. As you can see on my bench, I've got my bench almost organised and finished off as I want it to be. We're going to drill a hole in the bench at the top here, so you can feed the cables up and through, make it nice and neatly. And this will actually have its little home position on the bench over here once I've moved all this lot off. So it'll look quite nice just sitting there on the bench. So let's get this powered up. Comes with a power cable. It does come supplied with an actual Ethernet cable itself. They do send that with you. So nice and easy, straight into my little hub, as they call it back here. Plug it in, and then plug in any port there. So we're going to use the cable to be able to configure this first. So we're going to do it 2 different scenarios. One with cable tests and one with the Wi-Fi extender using the Wi-Fi signal on its own. And we'll do some speed tests for that, see how it hangs out. So let's wait for it to boot up. And it's got default passwords and details, which I'll tell you more about that to connect to it very shortly. And yeah, that's it. It's all powered on now. Got nice blue lights on the front here. So we've got power on, and we obviously got Wi-Fi connect, wireless plugged in, Ethernet plugged in basically. So we'll go ahead and we'll set the software up. Set up the TP-LINK Wi-Fi range extender. It's quite simple. This is the document you can download off the website. It's very straightforward. If you're already on an existing network, you want to configure this. the quickest and way of doing this, because if you click on the link, it's not going to work. You need to get your PC or your Mac in the same subnet address as the router comes configured with. So I'm going to show you the way I do it, which is much more easier for me, and I think it's the most simplest way to do. So the first thing, you need to reconfigure your Ethernet IP address. So I'm going to come off my original DHCP, go to manual, and we need to type in 192.168.0. I'm going to put 10 here with the address of 255.255.0 as I was doing, and we're just going to blank that out for the moment. We need to be in the 192.168.0.10 address because we can't have it as 254 because that's what the router's default IP address is straight out. So we click apply that, and it should now manually change my Mac. Close that down, and then we should be able to do two things. Well, I'll type the address in, or we can actually click on the TP-LINK repeater link they've got here, and this should then hopefully you can click on it and it should find it. Not always, so we're going to try the other way. 192.168.0.254. Straightforward, nice and easy. So admin, and I think the default password is can't remember what they put it as on here. It's just admin. There we go. So straightforward. Admin. Let's get this into the router, nice and easy. And straight away, it'll ask you to create a new username and ID. So I'm going to literally stick in my name, and I'm going to J Hodgins. Stop it! My Mac keeps doing that. I don't want to do that, and I'm just going to then give it my default password. I tend to use quite a lot, and then confirm it. If I type that correctly, just ignore those. And it's now confirmed. Now it asks to regions, so I'm going to set it to my regions. So I'm just going to look for it, scroll down amongst all the different ones here. And it's normally at the bottom here, UK. Click next. It's a nice, straightforward, quick install setup wizard. This supports 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz network. So it's great for those devices that does take advantage of the 5 GHz. For the older devices, you can use a 2.4. Almost done. So there we go. So now this is going to, the quick setup will allow me to connect to my existing Wi-Fi to extend my poor signal, which you can see here. So that's my router at the top here, and these are all my neighbours. There's quite actually a few around it actually. So if any of your signals start, I would use a Wi-Fi extender on signals that are roughly half its speed. Then you'll know it's going to work pretty damn well. Because if you're trying to connect to a hub router that's got literally one little dot marker like shown on here, it's going to drop out all the time and it won't keep a stable connection. So only use this in a scenario if the one you're trying to connect to extend it is at least half, or at least got 2 stable bars at least. So this is my Sky router, so I click on that one, and this is where you'll need to have your password for your existing broadband ready. So it should be actually printed on your broadband router, or you might have got a little one of those little sticky cards with the details on it. So I've got my details to hand. I'm going to type that in. Make sure it's case sensitive. Mine's all letters, hardly any numbers. That's pretty good. And I click on next, and this will then connect to my existing Wi-Fi on that side there. And looks like it's connected. Fantastic. It's asking for the 5G one. Let's just make sure it's gone in. I should cut and paste this to make it more simple. Perfect, so it's got the extended 2.4 and 5, so I didn't really actually know my router, my broadband router actually supports 5, I thought it was just 4, that's fine. So connected to both signals, because it'll match the same for on the router. Doesn't matter if you only got one showing up, because it depends how old your broadband router is itself. But it's found both those, so we click next. There we go, it shows my main router, which is my Sky router, which is out in the hallway, and it now shows my range extender is now connected. Straightforward from there, which is quite straightforward. And it looks like it's actually going to duplicate these these SSID numbers and passcodes exactly the same on the other box, so I don't have to go and change those, but you can change those later date if you wanted to. Click on finish, and now it'll do its little linking business, and then the router will reboot, and we've now connected the Wi-Fi extender directly to the broadband router using the Wi-Fi signal only, no cables. Now, if you go back to if you now change your network settings back to what it originally was, so mine's back to using DHCP. Once it picks up the internal IP address, your Wi-Fi extender is now roughly to go. If you want to manage it, I find the links on here that say like click on the link, it should take you to it, but obviously it's not working in this case. But if you go to your actual main router itself, which is my Skybox, I look at the attached devices, it shows the actual box comes up as like RE508D, and that's the MAC address, and you can confirm that by looking on the bottom label of the box itself. That's picked up an IP address of 192.168.101.75. I put that into the address bar at the top, and now I've got access back to the range extender. So then I can then do other configurations on there. I can't remember what I put my password as now. That should be it. Save. Yeah, there you go. So now I'm back on the interface, and I can manage it from there. So anytime you decide you forget what the password is, sorry, not password, you forget what your IP address is, just go to your broadband box, log in, look for the one that says attached devices, and you can see it always in the list there, so it's always a reminder for you. What a fantastic piece of installation. I mean, the software really well written, made it simple and easy for me to connect this to my main broadband router, which is simple, and you've just seen how simple that was. So now we've unplugged the cable at the back there, we no longer need. We've just got the Wi-Fi extender on itself now. It's going to be mounted on the desk here, and we're going to now see on part 2, testing it, see how my devices get on, and definitely see if my TV improves on whether it drops out or not, because obviously it's annoying when you get halfway through a film on Netflix and the signal drops and you can't connect to it for a while. So we'll see if this makes any difference, improvements. So far, because it's now linked directly to my broadband box and it's using the same SSID and passcode, I don't need to change anything on my devices, because they should now hop onto this range extender, being the closest to it. So it should be just as seamless and easy as we've just done it. So part 2, we'll test that. We'll do a speed test to see any difference on speed on the internet, and also we can see if there's any speed differences going on the wired side as well. See if it's worth using the wire cable and having this as an extending the existing signal to boost it again. So this is what we've just actually done. So thanks for watching, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't hit that subscribe button already. Details on this product and stuff in the description below, and it's also will be available on my website. So do check out jacksgear.co.uk for all the details and where to purchase this from. And stay tuned for the next part where we'll do some testing with this and see actually whether it's made any improvements for me. And we'll go from there. So hopefully TP-LINK will enjoy this and send me some new products to test out, especially indoor security, CCTV, indoor CCTV cameras will be quite good to look at. And I'd love to do some more power line range extended type of videos as well. So please, TP-LINK, send me some more kits. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.